So it was Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1, as Arsenal dropped points at the bridge. Overall, an opportunity missed by not beating 10-man Chelsea, but still top of the league by 5 points, top of the Champions League, unbeaten at Stamford Bridge since 2018, and unbeaten after 17 games. It's not all bad, so let's have a closer look. So it's match day, and the news comes in, no Saliba, already missing Gabriel. This means Hincapié and Mosquera are the centre-back pairing for the first time in the Premier League, which obviously had us Arsenal fans a little on edge, as we had no evidence of how they would cope together in the league. No Saliba and Gabby, Chelsea bottled their opportunity to beat Arsenal for the first time since 2018. Arsenal are still 6 points clear of Chelsea. They failed their opportunity to close the gap on a weakened Arsenal team, allowing Man City to move back into second, pushing Chelsea back down to third. I'm not sure why Chelsea fans are celebrating a draw at home to Arsenal. Am I happy with a draw to 10-man Chelsea? Obviously not. But after a high-taxing week, mentally and physically, beating our fiercest rivals Tottenham 4-1, who had the best away record in the league, it's always a tough and demanding game. Followed up by a Bayern Munich team who had the best record in Europe, boasting 17 wins in a row and 64 goals scored. We slapped them 3-1. Then it was Chelsea, coming off a great win versus Barcelona midweek and having the best league form, which took them up to second place. So looking back at this week, I would have been more than happy to get 2 wins and a draw. But you can't help feel disappointed we didn't slap Chelsea in what ended up being a very tricky game, as they started off the slightly stronger team. This game had tackles flying in, heated contests. This was everything a derby was meant to be. Even the red card, which on 38 minutes Caicedo received for being an absolute bellend and stomping on Marino's ankle. I guess that settles the Rice versus Caicedo debates, as if you even needed to question it. So Chelsea go down to 10 men, and from here you expect Arsenal to take control and dominate. But Chelsea went very resilient and put every player behind the ball into a classic low block. So as we kick off the second half, Arsenal fans are licking their lips at the sight of playing 10-man Chelsea. But unfortunately, on the 48th minute, straight after the kickoff, Chelsea ironically score from a set piece. Corner FC got corner FC'd by a 10-man Chelsea, and at that moment you can't help but sink, as you know the job has just got twice as hard, having to now score 2 goals versus a low block Chelsea with all players behind the ball within 40 minutes. However, this is Arsenal and anything is always possible. So we put our game faces back on and start to cook, taking only 11 minutes for Saka to cook Cucurella and whip in a beautiful cross, only for Air Marino to meet it with a bullet header, which Sanchez has zero chance of stopping, making it 1-1 and taking Chelsea's lead away, which now meant Chelsea can't stay in the low block. So now it's game on. And to be fair, Chelsea didn't disappoint. Although they had 10 men, they caused us a lot of problems and were hard to break down with a masterclass from Reece James. Whereas as a football fan, I'm happy to see James fit and playing football. But as an Arsenal fan, it's always Rock Chelsea. And the game was a basketball game, going from end to end, with Chelsea having a good couple chances and Arsenal having a few chances to score also. And on the 94th minute in stoppage time, a lovely cross from the Madueke also meets Gyökeres, who was primed to header it into the back of the net, was intercepted by Timber, who was also trying to divert it goal bound, but ends up taking it away from Gyökeres in what would have been a sublime last minute winner. And it gives me deja vu of last season when Trossard took it away from Havertz in the dying moments here at Stamford Bridge, or shall we call it Arsenal Bridge? I mean, it may as well as be our second home. Unbeaten in 7 years here, I think the bridge would look pretty in red. And it's funny how the narrative is Arsenal bottled it, when last season, when Arsenal went to Man City and was down to 10 men and Man City couldn't win, the same narrative was Arsenal bottled it. Make up your minds. So it ends 1-1, and to be honest, I don't know how to feel. I'm not happy we didn't win, but I'm happy we didn't lose, as we started the game without our best centre-back pairing, also an informed Trossard, and had a very tough week playing 3 UCL teams and still coming out with 2 wins and a draw. Still top of the Prem by 5 points, top of the Champions League, keep the gap to 6 points with Chelsea, and unbeaten in 17 matches. So overall, I guess we're doing pretty good. So we need to pattern up and return to winning ways. And this is the season, because the wait's been too long, as Arteta's army marches on. Inner peace.